Good morning. Today we are going to start with chapter number 7 from your textbook, Thermal Properties of Matter. This chapter will be there for 5 marks without option and 7 marks with option in your theory part, theory paper. In this chapter, we are going to discuss the things related to temperature and heat as well as expansion. When we say a body or water is hot, we actually mean that its temperature is more than our hand. However, in this way, we can only compare the hotness or coldness of two subjects qualitatively. Hot and cold are relative terms. We ascribe a property temperature to an object to determine its degree of hotness. The higher the temperature, the hotter is the body. The precise temperature of a body can be known only when we have an accurate and easily reproducible way to qualitatively measure it. We will learn properties of matter and various phenomena that are related to heat in this chapter. Phenomena or properties having to do with temperature changes and heat exchanges are termed as thermal phenomena or thermal properties. Now let's start with what is temperature? Think over this. Temperature is the measure of hotness of a body. But in physics, we need to define the motion of heat, temperature more carefully. What we are going to learn in this chapter, we will learn about what heat is and how it is measured. Study the various processes by which heat flows from one body to another and much more. Through this chapter, we will observe the properties of matter with respect to heat and temperature. Few interesting facts which we don't know about temperature. Absolute zero is often thought to be the coldest temperature possible. But now researchers show they can achieve even lower temperatures for a strange realm of negative temperatures. Let's start with the first point, heat and temperature. Heat is the energy in transit. When two bodies at different temperatures are brought in contact, they exchange heat. After some time, the heat transfer stops and we say the two bodies. Temperature is a physical quantity that defines thermodynamic state of the system. How do we define temperature? It is the relative measure or indication of hotness or coldness. An object that has a higher temperature than another object is said to be hotter. Then इसमें ऊपर थोड़ा सा think it. Why does a cup of hot tea cool down even on a summer day? ऐसा क्यों होता है? Hot body surrounded by cold surrounding. So जो heat transfer होती है वो यहाँ पे reduce हो जाती है. When a temperature of a body and its surroundings medium are different, heat transfer takes place between the body and surrounding medium. This continues until the body and surrounding medium are at the same temperature. This is the reason of this answer. That's why the cold drink heats up to room temperature when kept outside the refrigerator. So what is heat? Heat is a form of energy transferred between one or more systems and its surroundings because of temperature difference. The SI unit of heat energy transfer is joule. SI unit of temperature is Kelvin and degree Celsius. It's commonly used unit of temperature. Temperature is a relative measure or indication of hotness or coldness. Heat is the form of energy transferred between one or more system and its surrounding because of temperature difference. The Kelvin scale is named after the Belfast-born Glasgow University engineer and physicist William Thomson, 1st Baron Kelvin, who wrote of the need for an absolute thermometric scale. When we consider any kind of matter in any state, solid, liquid or gas, consists of particles. In solids, these particles are vibrating about their fixed equilibrium position and possesses kinetic energy due to the motion at given temperature. The particles possesses potential energy due to the interatomic forces that hold the particles together at some mean fixed positions. Therefore, solids are having definite shape and volume also. If we heat a solid, we provide energy to the solid. The particles then vibrate with higher energy and we can see that the temperature of the solid increases. It means energy supplied to the solid becomes the internal energy in the form of increased kinetic energy of atoms or molecules and rises the temperature of the solid. Therefore, temperature a measure of an average kinetic energy of the atoms or molecules of a body. Heat supplied to the substance increases the kinetic energy of molecules or atoms of the substance. The average kinetic energy per particle of the substance defines the temperature. In order to isolate two liquids or gases from each other and from the surroundings, we use containers and partitions made of materials like wood, plastic, glass, wool, etc. This ideal wall or partition separating two systems is one that does not allow any flow or exchange of heat energy from one system to the another. Such a perfect thermal insulator is called adiabatic wall and generally shown as the thick cross shaded lines. When we wish to allow exchange of heat energy between two systems, we use a partition like a thin sheet of copper. It is termed as the diathermic wall and represented as a thin dark region when has to show in diagram or figure. Here we are going to discuss about measurement of temperature right now. For that, first of all, which instrument generally we are using for measurement? The instrument called thermometer. But how and when temperature detected? Many physical properties of materials change sufficiently with temperature. This is used as the basis for constructing thermometers. The commonly used property is variation of the volume of a liquid with temperature. There is one metal used in thermometer called mercury. Thermometers are calibrated so that a numerical value may be assigned to a given temperature. For the definition of any standard scale, two fixed reference points are needed. The freezing and boiling points of water are two convenient fixed points. I hope आप सब लोगों को ये दोनों के दोनों terms पता है. What is freezing point and what is boiling point? But let's just discuss it again. The temperature at which pure water freezes at one standard atmospheric pressure is called freezing point or ice point of water. This is also the melting point of ice. The temperature at which pure water boils and vaporizes into steam at one standard atmospheric pressure is called steam point. or boiling point. This is also the temperature at which steam changes to the liquid water. It remains to assign numerical values to these fixed points and the number of divisions between them. So what is conversion factor? Let's start. On the Fahrenheit scale, the freezing and boiling points of water are 32 degrees Faraday and 212 degree Faraday respectively. On the Celsius scale, the freezing and boiling points of water are 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius respectively. On a Fahrenheit scale, there are 180 equal intervals between two reference points. यहाँ पे देखिए 32 to 212, the difference is 180 degree Fahrenheit. तो एक इंटरवल का वैल्यू कितना होगा 1 डिग्री Fahrenheit. एंड ऑन द सेल्सियस स्केल देयर आर 100. अगेन देखो यहाँ 0 to 100 है, मतलब 100 पार्ट्स बनेंगे, एक का वैल्यू होगा 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस. देयर इज रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन Fahrenheit एंड सेल्सियस स्केल डेफिनेटली. इट इज गिवन बाय TF, मतलब Fahrenheit scale -32/100 is equal to TC minus, यहाँ पे एक्चुअल 0 है, डिवाइडेड बाय 100. दिस रिलेशन गिव्स अस conversion factor of Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale. There is one more with this, that is Kelvin. In the Kelvin form, we are going to discuss about when we consider 0 degree and 100 degree Celsius. Same with Kelvin happens over here. There we consider 0 degree, that is 273 degree Kelvin, and 100 it's 373 degree Kelvin. So when we consider the relationship in between, again it's same as the Celsius scale, that is Tk minus 273 upon 100. So again we can find out the value in Kelvin form also, that is Tk minus 273 upon 100. So overall it will become Tf minus 32 upon 180 is equal to Tc minus 0 upon 100. Please note it down, is equal to Tk minus 273 upon 100 also. So as a summary of this point, many physical properties of materials change sufficiently with temperature. This is used as the basis of constructing thermometers. For the definition of any standard scale, the freezing and boiling points of water are two convenient fixed reference points. The relation between them is given by Tf minus 32 upon 180 is equal to Tc upon 100 is equal to 2 Tk minus 273 upon 100. This relation gives us the conversion factor as well as relationship between Fahrenheit scale, Kelvin scale and Celsius scale over here. Moving towards next point, here we are going to discuss about absolute temperature and ideal gas equation. What is absolute zero and absolute temperature? Starting with ideal gas, the state of an amount of gas is determined by its pressure, volume and temperature. The most frequently introduced form is PV is equal to nRT. ये होता है pressure, ये होता है volume, number of moles, gas constant and temperature. Liquid in glass thermometers show different readings for temperatures other than the fixed points because of differing expansion properties. A thermometer that uses a gas, however, gives the same readings regardless of which gas is used. Experiments shows that all gases are at low densities exhibit same expansion behavior. The variables that describes the behavior of a given quantity of gas are PV is equal to nRT में से जो P, V and T है, that is pressure, volume and temperature. When the temperature is held constant, the pressure and the volume of a quantity of gas are related to PV is equal to constant. This relationship is known as Boyle's law. after Robert Boyle, the English chemist who discovered it. So, Boyle's law can be stated as, for the fixed mass of a gas at constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to volume, that is PV is equal to constant. Since PV is equal to constant and V by T is also equal to constant for a given quantity of gas, then PV upon T should also be constant. This is combination of Charles' law, pressure law and Boyle's law. According to Charles' law, the volume temperature graph passes through the origin if temperatures are measured on the Kelvin scale. That is, if we take 0 Kelvin as the origin. In this case, volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature. That is, V upon T is equal to constant. This is Charles' law. Second law is Gay-Lussac's law, that is pressure law. Pressure temperature graph is similar to the volume temperature graph. That is, P is directly proportional to T. So P upon T is again constant. It is stated as the pressure of a fixed mass of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature if the volume kept constant. That is, P upon T is equal to constant. So overall, V upon T is constant, P upon T is constant and PV is equal to constant. इन तीनों का combined effect आता है PV upon T should also be constant. This relationship is known as ideal gas law. It can be written in a one more general form that applies not just to given quantity of a single gas, but to any quantity of any dilute gas and is known as ideal gas equation. PV upon T is equal to R. PV is equal to either nRT or mu RT. Generally, we know this equation as the ideal gas equation, where mu is number of moles in the sample of gas and R is universal gas constant. Value of that R is 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. The pressure and volume directly proportional to the temperature, that is PV is directly proportional to T. A plot of measure pressure versus temperature gives a straight line in this case. You can see it over here, pressure versus temperature, it gives straight line from 1 degree Kelvin, that is minus to 73.15 degrees Celsius. You can see it over here, comparison of the Kelvin, Celsius and Fahrenheit temperature scales. We already had discussion on this. For normal temperature, it's 0 degree as the ice point, 100 degrees Celsius as the steam point. For Kelvin, it's 273.15 Kelvin and 373.15 Kelvin. And for Fahrenheit, it's 32 degree Fahrenheit and 212 degree Fahrenheit. So we already had discussion that what is relation in between. It is Tf minus 32 upon 180 is equal to Tc minus 0 upon 100 is equal to Tk minus 273.15 upon 100. I repeat, please note it down. Tf minus 32 upon 180 is equal to Tc minus 0 upon 100 is equal to Tk minus 273.15 upon 100. So this is relation between again these three scales, that is Fahrenheit scale, degree Celsius scale and Kelvin scale. Moving towards the core part of chapter, that is thermal expansion. When a matter is heated, it normally expands, and when cooled, it normally contracts. The atoms in a solid vibrate about their mean position. When heated, they vibrate faster and force each other to move a little farther apart. This results into the expansion. The molecules in a liquid or gas moves with a certain speed. So when you consider thermal expansion, it is the tendency of a matter to change in volume in response to a change in its temperature. Generally, we observe that sometimes sealed bottles with metallic lids are so tightly screwed that one has to put the lid in a hot water for some time to open the lid. This would allow the metallic cover to expand, thereby losing it to the unscrew easily. Similarly, in the case of gases, a balloon partially inflated in a cool room may expand to full size when placed in a warm water. On the other hand, a fully inflated balloon, when immersed in a cold water, would start shrinking due to the contraction of the air inside. There are three types of expansions generally we are going to discuss. A change in the room temperature of a body causes change in its dimensions. The increase in the dimensions of a body due to an increase in its temperature is generally called thermal expansion. Here we are going to discuss about three types: linear expansion, areal expansion and volume expansion. Linear expansion is related to length. Areal expansion is related to area. And volume expansion is related to volume of given body. Let's start one by one. First of all, starting with linear expansion. Starting with linear expansion, as we already discussed, the expansion in length due to the thermal energy is called linear expansion. You can see it over here. यहाँ पे original length था small l. When we heat that particular rod, the length changes, that is it expands up to delta L. So L change हो गया L plus delta N. Therefore, we can say that if the substance is in the form of a long rod, हमने क्या किया, उसको heat किया with small temperature delta T, उसका change हो गया delta L. So overall अभी length हो गया delta L plus N. This change in length is directly proportional to the original length, and change in length is directly proportional to change in temperature. Therefore, delta L upon L is proportional to delta T. Let's remove this proportionality sign and take one constant. That constant is considered as the alpha over here. So delta L upon L is equal to alpha delta T. Value of alpha become delta L upon L delta T. When we consider delta L, that is difference between lengths, that is original length minus change in length. So original length हमारे पास था L naught at 0 degree Celsius. After heating that particular rod at T degree Celsius, it become LT. तो change in length हो गया LT minus L naught divided by original length again L naught divided by delta T is T minus T naught. I repeat, देखो यहाँ पे मैंने क्या बोला है, change in length, that is original length minus change in, ये जो हम लोग कंसिडर करने जा रहे हैं, change in length at T degree Celsius कितना है delta T, original length at 0 degree कितना था L naught, तो change in length कितना हो गया LT minus L naught, clear हो, right, divided by original length कितना है L naught and delta T, that is T degree Celsius and T naught degree Celsius, so T minus T naught. So in this way अल्फा कैन बी रिटर्न एज, देखो अल्फा एल नॉट टी माइनस टी नॉट होएगा और एल टी माइनस एल नॉट दूसरे साइड आ जाएगा. सो यू कैन से that alpha is equal to LT minus L naught numerically. Why? Because of we are going to consider that L naught is equal to 1, T minus T naught is equal to 1 degree Celsius. यहाँ पे डाल दो L naught 1 आ गया, right, and T minus T naught 1 आ गया, तो बचा क्या LT minus L naught यहाँ पे बच गया. So when you consider these things, then alpha becomes LT minus L naught. ये LT minus L naught अगर हमने consider किया तो coefficient of linear expansion of a solid is defined as increase in the length per unit original length at 0 degree Celsius for 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature. देखो कैसे define करेंगे, increase in length LT minus L naught per unit original length, that is L naught, at 0 degree Celsius for 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature. So unit of coefficient of linear expansion is per degree Celsius or per Kelvin. तो we can write this equation as L2 minus L1 upon L1 T2 minus T1 if there are two different values and two different temperatures. So original length कितना आएगा L1 कितने के लिए T1 टेम्परेचर के लिए. अगर हमने टेम्परेचर को इंक्रीज किया टिल T2 लेंथ कितना हो गया L2 तो चेंज इन लेंथ कितना हो जाएगा L2 माइनस L1 पर यूनिट ओरिजिनल लेंथ दैट इज L1 एंड T2 माइनस T1 एज इट इज. समझ रहे हो. Therefore यहाँ पे देखो दिया हुआ है इनिशियल लेंथ एट T1 डिग्री सेल्सियस फाइनल लेंथ एट T2 डिग्री सेल्सियस. सो इन दिस वे we can find out value of alpha. Now you can see it over here. The length of a metal rod at 27 degrees Celsius is 4 centimeter. Length increases to 4.02 when the metal rod is heated up to 387 degrees Celsius. Determine the coefficient of linear expansion. देखो ओरिजिनल लेंथ आपका कितना दिया था 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस ओरिजिनल टेम्परेचर है उसके लिए लेंथ कितना है 4 सेंटीमीटर. सो T1 आ गया 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस L1 आ गया 4 सेंटीमीटर. देन रॉड को हीट किया कितने तक T2 दिया है 387. हीट कितना हुआ 4.02 सेंटीमीटर इंक्रीज हुआ राइट. हमारे पास वैल्यू है L2 माइनस L1 अपॉन L1 T2 माइनस T1. L2 का वैल्यू डाला L1 का वैल्यू डाला T1 T2 का डाल दिया फाइंड आउट कर लिया. सो इन दिस वे वी कैन इजीली फाइंड आउट change in length also original length also as well as the coefficient of linear expansion too. So now the second type is aerial expansion. Aerial expansion is change in surface area on the heating. It's called aerial expansion. now आपको करना क्या है समझ लो. आपको जहां जहां पे लेंथ था वहां वहां वो निकालना है. यहाँ पे एरिया डाल देना है. मतलब ये कितना कैसा होगा change in area directly proportional to original area. चेंज इन एरिया डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू चेंज इन टेम्परेचर. कंबाइन किया देखो डेल्टा ए अपॉन ए इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू डेल्टा टी. यहाँ पे बस प्रोपोर्शनलिटी साइन निकाल दिया अल्फा की जगह बीटा डाल दो. डेल्टा ए अपॉन ए इज इक्वल टू बीटा डेल्टा टी. डेल्टा ए का मतलब क्या है ए टी माइनस ए नॉट अपॉन ए नॉट टी माइनस टी नॉट. आप अगर थोड़ा सा सोचोगे यू कैन सी दैट जहां जहां पे एल था जस्ट रिमूव दैट एल एंड पुट आउट ए. दैट्स इट. द इक्वेशन इज सेम थ्रू आउट. इन प्लेस ऑफ लेंथ हियर इज चेंज इन area takes place. Now for any two temperatures, two different temperatures, A2 minus A1 upon A1 T2 minus T1. So coefficient of aerial expansion of a solid is defined as increase in area per unit original area at 0 degree Celsius for 1 degree rise in temperature. अब देखो वहां पे आपका यूनिट क्या था per degree Celsius or per Kelvin. Unit is same throughout. Again unit for beta is per degree Celsius per Kelvin. Clear हो. Just look at this example. A thin aluminium plate has an area दिया हुआ है at 20 degree Celsius दिया हुआ है आपको ये. Then find the area when it is heated to 180 degree Celsius. देखो 20 degree Celsius T1 है, T2 दिया है 180 डिग्री, A1 दिया है 286 सेंटीमीटर, A2 आपको फाइंड आउट करना है, बीटा आपको दिया हुआ है. So in this way this equation turns as A1 into bracket 1 plus beta T2 minus T1 is equal to A2. We know value of A1, we know value of beta, we know value of T1 and T2 also. जब substitute that values and find out value for change in area that is value of A2. Next point, third point, volume expansion. अब देखो first में length change हो रहा था, सेकेंड में क्या चेंज हो रहा है एरिया चेंज हो रहा है, थर्ड में क्या चेंज होगा वॉल्यूम चेंज होगा. दैट इज द इंक्रीज इन वॉल्यूम ड्यू टू द हीटिंग इज कॉल्ड वॉल्यूम एक्सपांशन और क्यूबिकल एक्सपांशन. नाउ इसमें क्या होगा देखो जनरली चेंज इन वॉल्यूम डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द ओरिजिनल वॉल्यूम, चेंज इन वॉल्यूम डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द चेंज इन टेम्परेचर. यहाँ पे प्रोपोर्शनलिटी साइन निकाल दो. वी आर गोइंग टू टेक गैमा एज द proportionality constant which is called as the coefficient of cubical or volume expansion. It is given by Vt minus V naught upon V naught T minus T naught. The coefficient of cubical expansion of a solid is defined as increase in volume per unit original volume at 0 degree Celsius for 1 degree rise in temperature. देखो मैं वापस बता रही हूँ L निकालो A डालो A निकालो V डालो बस अल्फा बीटा एंड गैमा for two different temperatures and volumes it can be given as gamma is equal to V2 minus V1 upon V1 T2 minus T1. देखो यहाँ पे मैं अभी अभी बता रही हूँ आपको A निकाल दो V डाल दो सेम तो है V2 minus V1 upon V1 T2 minus T1. So This is all about volume expansion. Again, value is same, that is unit per degree Celsius or per degree Kelvin. Here one example is over there, you can check it out. Now, what is relation between coefficients of expansions? First of all, let's find out relation between beta and alpha. As we know that LT is L naught 1 plus alpha T. एरिया क्या होता है, ए नॉट एल नॉट स्क्वायर होता है, एंड टी के लिए हमने ए टी पकड़ लिया, तो ये क्या हो गया, ए टी इज इक्वल टू, देखो एरिया क्या होता है, एल स्क्वायर होता है, तो एल टी स्क्वायर हो गया. अब एल टी का वैल्यू मेरे पास है एल नॉट 1 प्लस अल्फा टी, उसका स्क्वायर कर दो, एंड ए टी का हमें पता है ए नॉट 1 प्लस अल्फा टी स्क्वायर बन गया. ये यहाँ पे ठीक से देख लो, ए टी इज इक्वल टू एल स्क्वायर होता है, दैट इज एल टी स्क्वायर. एल टी का वैल्यू आपके पास है एल नॉट 1 प्लस अल्फा टी, डाल दो, एल नॉट स्क्वायर आ गया, 1 प्लस अल्फा टी स्क्वायर आ गया. नाउ ए टी इज इक्वल टू एल नॉट स्क्वायर मतलब क्या आएगा, ए नॉट आएगा, 1 प्लस अल्फा टी स्क्वायर एज इट इज. सो हमारे पास ये है कि ए टी इज इक्वल टू ए नॉट 1 प्लस बीटा टी हमारे पास है. दूसरा हमें क्या मिल गया, ए टी इज इक्वल टू ए नॉट 1 प्लस अल्फा टी स्क्वायर मिल गया. कंपेयर करो दोनों को, इसको सॉल्व करना, ए नॉट कैंसिल हो गया, 1 प्लस 2 अल्फा टी प्लस अल्फा स्क्वायर टी स्क्वायर, ये बनेगा 1 प्लस बीटा टी. नाउ हमें पता है कि अल्फा का वैल्यू इज एक्सट्रीमली स्मॉल, सो स्क्वायर कैन बी निग्लेक्टेड, देयरफॉर ये टर्म क्या हो गया, कैंसिल हो गया, 1 कैंसिल कर दो. बीटा टी इज इक्वल टू 2 अल्फा टी, टी टी कैंसिल, बीटा इज इक्वल टू 2 अल्फा. वापस देख लो एक बार ठीक से. Okay, now same we are going to do with alpha and gamma. देखो अल्फा एल है, गैमा वी है, सो वी इज इक्वल टू एल क्यूब होता है. इन दैट सेम मैनर वी नॉट इज इक्वल टू एल नॉट क्यूब आएगा, एंड वी टी इज इक्वल टू एल टी क्यूब आएगा. सो एल टी क्यूब आ गया, तो एल टी का वैल्यू वी हैव एल नॉट 1 प्लस अल्फा टी, सब्स्टिट्यूट दैट वैल्यूज ओवर हियर, एल नॉट क्यूब 1 प्लस अल्फा टी क्यूब. So Vt is equal to V naught 1 plus alpha t cube. Secondly, we have equation Vt is equal to V naught 1 plus gamma t. अब देखो एक Vt का वैल्यू आपको मिल गया है V naught 1 plus gamma t, दूसरा वैल्यू आपके पास है V naught 1 plus alpha t cube. Let us compare, V naught cancel, 1 plus alpha t cube को expand करो, a plus 3 मतलब a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. ये होता है, तो 1 प्लस 3 अल्फा टी प्लस 3 अल्फा स्क्वायर टी स्क्वायर प्लस अल्फा क्यूब टी क्यूब इज इक्वल टू 1 प्लस गैमा टी. अब 1 तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा, हायर पावर्स निग्लेक्टेड करने मतलब रेस्ट टू स्क्वायर एंड रेस्ट टू पावर 3 दोनों कैंसिल कर दो, तो बचेगा क्या, 3 अल्फा टी इज इक्वल टू गैमा टी, सो गैमा इज इक्वल टू 3 अल्फा. तो यहाँ पे आपके पास दो इक्वेशन है, एक बीटा इज इक्वल टू 2 अल्फा है, एक गैमा इज इक्वल टू 3 अल्फा है. Over and all, we can say that alpha is equal to beta by 2 is equal to gamma by 3. Please note down this equation or make bracket to this equation. It's very important for numericals, for MCQs both. Alpha is equal to beta by 2 is equal to gamma by 3. Got it? Just let's go through one example. A sheet of brass is 50 centimeter long and 8 centimeter broad at 0 degree Celsius. The surface area at 100 degrees Celsius is 401.57 centimeter square. Find coefficient of linear expansion. Now we can say that given है T1 दिया हुआ है, T2 दिया हुआ है, A1 दिया है, A2 भी दिया हुआ है. We know relation in between beta is equal to 2 alpha. So it becomes 2 into A2 minus A1 upon A1 T2 minus T1. तो आपके पास अल्फा का वैल्यू मिल गया. आपको अल्फा ही फाइंड आउट करना है, याद रखिए. बीटा का वैल्यू आपने फाइंड आउट कर लिया, इसको डिवाइडेड बाय 2 किया, आपको मिला वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा. सो यू कैन सॉल्व इट आउट फॉर गैमा आल्सो, फॉर बीटा आल्सो एंड फॉर अल्फा आल्सो. So we are going to stop here for now. In next lecture, we are going to discuss about specific heat capacities, its ratios and terms related to heat and its transfer. I hope you understood everything. I'll stop here for now.